Hello, welcome to this full mobility flow for climbers. We're going to be going through hip mobility, shoulder mobility, get a bit of movement in the whole body. It's a really good routine that you can do regularly to get used to mobility and to integrate in your practice and your training. So we're starting in a tabletop position. The hands are under the shoulders, the knees are hip wide apart. We're going to start with some cat and cows. So you're going to inhale, arch the back, look up, and exhale, round the back, look towards your navel, push through your hands. Inhale, arch, draw the shoulder blades together, look up, and exhale, round the back, draw the navel to your belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, look down. And one last time. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Come back to neutral tabletop and we're turning our hands around so the fingers are looking towards the knees, and then we're rocking slightly front to back until we feel a nice stretch in the forearms. And then you can circle with the wrists and place the hands back to normal. On your next inhale, going to extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, round the back, push through your palms like we did before, and this time bring the knee to the chest. And then we're stepping with the foot between the hands, and we're coming in a low lunge. So the heel is under the knee. The hands are on the hips and you're squeezing the legs towards each other, so you're keeping them activated. Relaxing the shoulders, opening the chest. And then on your next exhale, you're going to extend the front leg. Open the chest and slightly fold forward until you feel the stretch in the front foot. And then you can bend the front foot again and come into low lunge. Second time, extend the front foot and fold forward. This is a little challenging for the balance too. What helps with balance is to think about pushing the left shin into the mat and the right heel into the mat. And one last time. Beautiful. Now make sure for the last lunge that your knee is over the heel, and then you're going to tuck the toe of the back foot, and you're going to extend the back leg, coming in a high lunge. Here again, you're squeezing the legs together, so you're activating the legs, activating the inner side of the legs, opening the chest, relaxing the shoulders, and you're dropping the knee back down. Second time, extend the leg and drop. Extend. Squeeze the legs together and drop. One last time. Extend. Gonna hold here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And then you can drop. Now you're placing both hands on the inner side of the front foot, and you're opening your hips to the left. So we're coming in a side lunge. Here, what you want is your heel here to be on the mat. I'm gonna turn around so you can see. For this, what usually helps is to open the front foot diagonally to the side, and then if your hips can't go all the way down, if you're like this, so the hip so the heel is on the ground, that's completely fine. Just do as high as you need so the heel is on the ground. And then with your hands, you're going to walk to the left and do the same position. You can inhale, open the chest, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, you're walking with your hands back to the right. Second time. Inhale, open the chest, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, we're walking to the left. Inhale, lengthen your spine, open the chest, and exhale back to the right. Then you're turning back into your low lunge. Hands are on both sides of the front foot. And then we're stepping back with the front foot and we're lowering the belly to the mat. Here you bring your forehead to the ground and you're extending both arms in front of you. We're going to be working on shoulder mobility, so keeping the forehead on the mat, we're going to, one after another, try to lift the arms off the ground. So start with the right hand, and then the left. And continue alternating in your own time. Very nice. If this is really difficult, and you can't even lift your hand off the ground, that's absolutely no problem. It takes time to build, but even just the trying of lifting the arm, even if it doesn't work, is going to build this mind-muscle connection, and is going to help you over time until you can lift the arm off the ground. So any intention and activation of the muscle is going to help you. So don't worry if you can't do it straight away. Then you're going to extend your arms to the side, and then you're going to cross, so bend the left leg, and you're going to cross it to the right side and place it behind you. And then you're rolling back onto the belly, and we're switching sides. And again, in your own time, you can continue switching sides. Maybe your back is cracking, that's a good sign. And one last time per side. And then we're coming back to the belly. Place your hands next to your chest, and you're pushing yourself up to come in our tabletop. So now we're repeating on the other side. On your next inhale, you're going to extend the left leg behind you, keeping the core activated, and then exhale, round the back, push through the palms, bring the knee to the chest. And then you're stepping between the hands, coming in our low lunge. Opening the chest, the hands are on the hips, relaxing the shoulders, squeezing the legs towards each other. And then on your next exhale, going to extend the front leg and open the chest, slightly fold forward. So here it's not important how far you fold forward. You want to try to bring the belly towards the thigh. You're not trying to bring your shoulders towards the mat. You're pulling the belly towards the thigh. And the leg doesn't have to be completely extended. It just has to be extended to the degree that you feel a nice stretch. And then you're going to bend into low lunge and come back, extending the front leg, folding forward and low lunge. Again, here you can continue in your own rhythm. Remember to push through the right shin to help with stability. And then the next time you're in low lunge, make sure that your knee is over the heel, and then you're tucking the toe of the back foot, squeezing the legs toward each other, and then we're extending the back leg, coming in a high lunge. Open the chest, relax the shoulders, squeeze the legs, and exhale, drop the back leg. Again, inhale, extend the back leg, and exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale, drop. One last time. Inhale, extend the back leg, and we're holding here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And you're dropping the right knee. Place your hands on the inner side of the front foot, and we're opening the hips to the right side, coming in our side lunge. I'm turning again so you can see me. Here you can either do like we did before with the hands on the mat. If this was already intensive, then do the same thing again. So you get used to the movement and you work on the flexibility. Once the flexibility is there and this movement feels comfortable, you can try the second variation where instead of putting your hands on the mat, you're placing your hands in prayer position. So you're opening your chest, lengthening through the spine, and then you're shifting your weight with the strength of the legs. So this is more towards mobility, but before you do the mobility, you need to have the flexibility. So first, hands on the mat. Once this is fine, do it with the hands in prayer position. So choose a variation, and we're inhaling, opening the chest, and exhale, shift the weight back to the left. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, shift the weight to the right. Inhale, open, exhale to the left. One last time, inhale, open, exhale to the right. Inhale, open the chest, lengthen through the spine, and exhale to the left. Hands on the sides of the front foot, we're coming in our low lunge, stepping back, and then we're coming onto the belly. This time, we're going to try to lift the hands or the arms both at the same time. So, same thing, forehead on the mat, extending the arms, relaxing the shoulders, and then again to lift both arms at the same time. And then for another 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Open your arms to the side. And then we're going to do the same, but this time, with the left foot, you're going to try to touch the right hand. It doesn't have to touch. You just want to try to go in that direction. Sometimes it's also hard to find the hand. And then you're going to switch sides. So it doesn't have to touch the hand, but you can try to make a little challenge, increasing the range of motion. One last time. And then you're placing your hands next to the chest, and we're pushing ourselves up. And now we're coming into downward facing dog. So you're tucking the toes, extending the hips towards the sky. Here your fingers are spread. You're pushing through your palms, through your shoulders, and you're trying to bring your chest towards your feet. So first, I don't want you to think about your legs. Your legs can be bent completely. You don't care about the legs. You're first pushing through the hands, pulling the chest towards the feet, and you're tilting your pelvis outwards, so the tailbone is looking towards the sky. So the whole back is flat and activated. Once this is the case, make sure that the back doesn't move, and you extend the legs as much as you can so the back doesn't move until you feel a stretch in the back of the legs, and then you stay there. We don't care about how much the legs are extended, if the heels are on the ground. You just want to feel a little stretch in the back of the legs. And then here we can pedal with the feet, so we're lowering, so we're bending and extending one leg after another, trying to bring some blood flow in the back of the legs. And then slowly come back to that neutral down dog. Then we're stepping forward with the right leg between the hands, dropping the back knee. On your inhale, you're going to reach up with the right hand towards the sky, look towards the right hand, and then exhale, bring the right elbow towards the mat on the inner side of the front foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Use your breath, so when you're inhaling to lengthen as much as you can, and then the exhale is going to help you twist even deeper. Inhale, extend, lengthen, and then exhale, elbow to the mat. Beautiful. Then place both hands on the inner side of the front foot. Tuck the toe of the back foot, and then we're extending the back foot, opening the chest, look forward. And then you're stepping back with the left leg, dropping the left knees, and we're finding our tabletop position. Here the hips again are over the knees, and staying in this position, you're going to walk forward with your hands to let your chest sink towards the mat. And then here we're going to pause in our puppy pose. So you're going to push your hands against the mat and round the back. Draw the navel in, push through your hands, and exhale, open. Push through your hands around the back, and exhale, release the chest towards the ground. Again, push round the back, and release. Very nice. On the inhale, you're shifting the weight forward onto the forearms. Place your hands next to your chest, and you're pushing yourself up and back into your downward facing dog. This time in downward facing dog, we're going to do some waves. So on your inhale, you're going to round the back, shift the weight forward into plank, and then exhale, you're dropping the knees, arch the back, and then shift the weight back and lift the hips towards the sky, extending the legs in downward facing dog. Again, inhale, round the back, shift the weight forward, exhale, drop the knees, arch the back, shift the weight back, and hips to the sky. Continue. We're doing some waves with our body, flowing with the breath. With our inhale, shifting forward, and exhale, back. One last time. And then with the left foot, you're stepping between your hands, dropping the back knee. And then inhale, extend the left arm to the sky. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Flowing with your breath in your own rhythm. Feel the nice stretch in your legs, in your back. And one last time. Placing the left hand next to the right hand, tucking the toe as the back foot. Extend the back leg, open your chest, look forward. And then you're stepping back, dropping the knees and finding your tabletop position. Now again, keeping the hips over the knees. For last time, we're going to go into our puppy pose, walking the hands forward. And then this time, you're going to bend your elbows, place your hands or your palms against each other, and allow your chest to sink into the mat. And then your next exhale, you're pushing against the elbows, rounding the back. Exhale, release. Inhale, round. Exhale, release. Inhale, round. Exhale, release. Extend your arms, shift the weight forward into Sphinx. Place your palms next to your chest and you can push yourself up so you're finding a seated position. And that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments how you found it, and see you in the next video.